Hello everyone, greetings brave warriors and welcome to yet another Imperia Online World Cup podcast. I am Mitko.
And I'm Vicky.
We are broadcasting live on YouTube from Imperia Online Headquarters, and today is the day 8 from the World Cup qualifiers, a day which will be recorded in history. The imperial settlements are burning and the smoke can be seen from miles away.
Yes, Mitko, unfortunately, in the early hours of October 15th, the Nomad Horde scored its major victory against the Imperial defenders. I'm going to elaborate a bit on this, and the news aren't good, unfortunately. We've got only measly 2,674
Yeah,
wins for the Imperial defenders. And Mitko is going to help out with the numbers. And more than 20,000 wins for the Nomad army. Of course, today's Nomad army was a pretty strong one. It was led, by Flintstone, and it hit around 4 a.m. server time. It was a pillage, which resulted in almost 91 million dead villagers. And the army of Flintstone consisted of 2,040 light spearmen and 255 light cavalry, but it proved to be more than enough to bring huge destruction to our Imperial defenders. So we've got, as I already said, only 2,674 wins for our contestants, and of course Brazil keeps the top places in both wins and losses. Today they've got almost 3,000 losses with only 256 wins. So it's today the situation is grotesque.
a sad, grotesque day for everyone.
Yes.
As you can see, these are the faces of all the imperial defenders today.
Well, and pretty much the villagers, I guess.
Yeah, there as well. 91 mil lost civilians is a really big figure.
Yeah, it turns out that we actually were hoping here yesterday that our Imperial defenders will be a bit more prepared now that this pillage is, I think, the third one. This is the third pillage already. But it turns out to be not as easy to defend your holding against the nomad armies.
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah. So the top 5, I guess I should mention that kind of stays the same, but Bulgaria is on the second spot today with 224 wins, followed by Serbia, Romania and Turkey. While when speaking about losses, we've got Bulgaria is in the 5th spot. Brazil is followed by Turkey, Romania and Serbia. So the top 5 keeps staying the same, but with a little shuffling in there. And about the users, the contestants, the players that are leading so far, we've by net worth points, we've got the same ones pretty much, but my already favorite Iranian player is now 6th, and he's being pushed down by a Russian player. So we've got just a little switch there.
Yeah, and we have again the predictions that will come true, that the Iranians and the Russians will probably get mixed up in the fray during the World Cup because their intentions are pretty serious.
Yes, of course. So what do you think this wave means? What do you think it brought to us, not only as destruction but as information and insight?
Well, most of all, it brought fun. especially for me, I'm quite happy to see
You
this.
you love drama, don't you?
Yeah, I love sad faces as well.
Well,
Uh,
that's this one, by the way, is pretty much dead.
Dead
I'm not
sad
sure it's
faces.
sad.
Yeah. uh, well, Vicky, I, I still don't know how to feel about this score. As a person who realizes that this is only a game, I should smile and, of course, make some fun of the people who fell and who were so brutally pillaged by Flintstone. By the way, Flintstone is a very hilarious nickname. I know it doesn't suit a fearsome nomad general, I suppose, but that's the way it has been for almost 7 years since the beginning of the nomads, and that's how it's going to be in
Yeah.
the future.
The thing that we hoped for yesterday, though, we hope that Flintstone isn't going to take our players back to the Stone Age, but I think this almost happened
He
in a
he
way.
he did it. He did it with a smile. Uh, uh, well, I warned the players about lots of things yesterday. I knew that this cavalry looks very dangerous, and it could surprise even the well-prepared players in the field battle, especially if it is boosted and with coefficient. I warned everyone that nomads come in the second annexed province, and if you don't have an annexed second province, you will get hit in your capital. But despite all these warnings, by the way, I think that probably people should probably watch more of our podcasts,
Yes, and they
so
should
they could be.
subscribe
Yeah,
also.
definitely. People, please subscribe so you will know how to prepare for the incoming waves. True story. Mm. Well, despite the warnings, though, the comments and the analysis, the Nomad Horde has managed to stomp. Let me just write it down. It has managed to stomp, so people can see, nearly 90% of the current Imperial defenders. 90%.
Well, that's pretty much something that has to be shown.
Yeah. In one pillage
Yeah.
with light units. I can
Yeah,
only
we are
imagine
still.
what will happen when you have to when 2 or 3 provinces pillages start to come, or in all of your 4 provinces. We will then have the result from the first wave, but reversed.
Yeah, in the
Remember?
first wave we had 2 losses, 2 defeats. So what Mitko is trying to say that is that his expectations are that we're going to have only 2 defenders that succeed in defending their holding. Yep.
2
Well,
Imperial wins.
do you bet your income or something on this?
Not yet. Let's not go
A few diamonds,
that
maybe.
far. These are only predictions,
Yeah.
of course. Well, I don't know what happened, so the nomads can have so many wins. First of all, let's take these about 5,000 players who were defending successfully so far until this.
Yep. Until
This
today's
yeah,
huge
today's
defeat.
huge defeat. We had some 5,000 players. Yeah. $5,000 players which suddenly became 2,500 players. What happened to these guys? This is the this is the most important question, I think. Why half of these guys scored losses? I am willing to bet, not diamonds,
Okay.
but a giant chocolate bar
For me.
that a large percentage of these guys did not bother to send a defending army because the nomads will not have the necessary pillaging power to even scratch their second annexed province's population. It's a valid move, by the way. You score a loss, but this loss is only on paper. But none of your population has so much as a scratch.
So in the long run, it might actually be a strategy of
Yeah, yeah.
sorts.
Nobody gets hurt
Mhm.
except the nomads who usually say some bad words about your family and they go home.
Your immediate family.
Yeah. Uh,
Mhm.
but why would you do that? Why would you not send an army to kill the nomad horde, even if they will not pillage your province? Why deprive yourself from the war income you will get? Well, probably because the war income you will get will not offset the expenses for the defending army you will have to hire in order to stop this pillage. So basically, you will get less war income from as resources from the resources compared to the resources you spent to hire the troops
Yeah.
to defeat this incoming wave. Or there is another
Possibility.
there is another option, which is, let me, danger. Okay. Danger cavalry. Well, I said that this cavalry in this field army looks very dangerous, and probably the same thing crossed to the through the heads of these players, or probably because you have already decided that you will spend these resources about this defending army to something much more useful, let's say another level of centralization or something like that. Mm, but I still don't know. And there is one more thing that bothers me, and I will write it as well here in my new on my new friend. Very helpful tool indeed. You have 60 million
I think it's
60 million lost civilians in the last
yeah.
pillage.
Yeah.
Now you have 90 million. 30 million more civilians lost means that more casualties, and it means that probably some of these 2,500 guys, some of them got hurt. They yeah, it's not just a loss on paper. They were pillaged. They were defeated by the incoming nomad wave, and they were pillaged, which is something that that does not bode well for them at all.
I actually think now that we look at the numbers and talk about them, I think that the 2,600, how many were they? 2,674
Yeah.
Imperial defenders that
Yeah.
succeeded in
Yeah.
surviving this pillage. We actually have to salute them. We have to congratulate them because it turns
Yeah.
out it's a pretty big deal and it's a
Y-
pretty
Yes.
tough fight
Yes.
and
Yes.
withstanding.
We all love winners,
Yeah.
and we have always loved winners. It's so much better in your dossier when you say, "Hey, I have defeated all the incoming nomad waves. I'm the big deal. I'm the big player." Yeah, you can pass this pillage, but then you will have, yeah, I have 22 wins, but one loss. How elite am I? How could you be elite if you have one loss in the World Cup qualifiers? You cannot be elite.
Well, we are going to see, hopefully, and talk about this with the future leaders
Of
of
course.
the national teams.
Of
Maybe some
course.
of them will have an interesting number of losses. I'm very interested in seeing how they have been doing in the
Yeah.
qualifiers.
There is another option, the the fun one option, which I kept for the last. Your you probably didn't see when the pillage came in which province. Uh, yeah, you didn't see that it's going to be in your second province. Instead, you thought that, oh, okay, I got a pillage. Let's move my troops into province one and wait for them. And you sit there, relaxed, confident in the might of your troops, which will crush the puny nomads, etc., etc., etc. And after the calculations, you are just, oh yeah, I'm going to get that big fat war incumbent. You're, what? I got
Well,
pillaged. Oh my God! It was in second province. How dumb am I?
If-
Etc. Etc. It happens to even the best of the players. I can assure you of that, and it never gets old. It's I'm really waiting for somebody to brag about this.
This is again yet another. If this happened to anyone,
Yeah.
I have to say that this is yet another reason for people to watch our streams because
Yeah.
you did
I
warn
can-
them
I
yesterday
can
about.
I can even bet not one but two large chocolate bars
Okay.
on that.
Because, yeah, as I said, you did warn our players that the Nomad army is going to hit the second
Yeah,
province
yeah.
first. Okay, well, I think I have to mention, before we go on, I think I have to mention something.
Yeah.
People in our live stream, in the chat and in the comments and so on, continue asking about their own countries. Well, if you want us to talk a bit further and a bit to elaborate a bit about your countries, go and make sure they get in the top 10 or something, because we are going to have some very detailed analysis here, very detailed commenting and so on. So hopefully a lot of the countries that keep getting mentioned in the comments will be present in the top 10 when we start doing our very, very detailed discussions, let's say.
Yeah, and you can even send us reports, information,
Of course,
dramas, news, anything you can think of. So
Yep.
if you want us to broadcast it and to inform all others about the achievements of your teammates and whatever.
Yeah, we are here, we are reading all possible channels, so make sure you connect with us, communicate, and hopefully we'll talk to you in a way
Yeah,
soon.
yeah,
Well, let's talk about what's coming tomorrow.
yeah,
And then I'm going, after I give the numbers and a bit of information on what is going to happen,
yeah.
I will leave you to talk a bit about it. So tomorrow is going to be day 9 and wave number 8 will hit. It will be,
Let's show it
yeah, the leader
to
is
the people.
the leader is Krum. It will hit about 2 a.m. server time. and the army will consist of 1,530 light archers, 1,530 light swordsmen, and 15 battering rams, and it will be yet another fortress siege.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your tips and tricks? Hopefully today our players will listen even better and we'll have better number tomorrow.
Well, Vicky,
Better
since
numbers, excuse
I
me.
left my crystal ball at home again, I will use this fella here to illustrate my points. Let me just say before I start writing that we have ourselves a very dangerous incoming siege wave. Why is it so? Um, first, the the fun times for us has started. We already said that, and tomorrow I think we will have a much more fun with the current attack. This is a fortress siege in the third annexed province. Everyone.
Okay, we got it on paper.
Yes,
This time.
I will write it down. Third province. Third annexed province. If you do not have a third annexed province, this fortress siege wave will hit you in your capital or in your second annexed province. Krum is coming with a very dangerous army in this third province, especially if it is boosted and with coefficient. According to my calculations, all of your calculations are wrong, and I will tell you, I will tell you why.
Whoa, that's a bold
Yeah.
statement.
Yeah, according to my calculations, you will need a fortress level 6.
Oh, I thought you were going to draw a fortress.
I'm not that good. Sorry.
Well, you did well with the sad dead faces.
Fort 6. And this fortress level 6 has to accommodate a full garrison of 1,400 archers. This is the mandatory minimum you should have in your third province in order to score a clear victory. And not only that, but you will need a serious investments in additional fortress defensive facilities like fortification, what else? Yeah, curtain walls, towers, etc. And I'm not talking about levels 1 and 2. No. You will probably need at least level 6 of all these defensive facilities built in order to have a chance to score a clear victory against, if you have, I will say it again, if you have a boosted or an army with a coefficient against you. Level 5 or less fortress in your third annexed province will mean huge investments in a field army. In huge, I'm talking about at least 2,500 cavalry on the field. Now, I don't know about you, Vicky, but I can assure you that 2,500 cavalry hired is a huge investment. It will completely drain your coffins and your treasury. And you will have to be, not only that, but you will have to be ready to lose 800 of this cavalry. But there is a light in the tunnel. Most likely, the war income you will make from this wave will offset the cavalry losses by a little, but you will be on a plus. Um, and all your remaining cavalry will be always useful to have for the next waves, of course. So all in all, uh, if you didn't invest in your fortress and its upgrades in your third annexed province, you are going to have to get your hands dirty on the field against the nomads. That's it.
Okay, so again, the most important thing is to develop your fortress to level 6 in your
Yeah.
third annexed province and get 1,400 archers in it
Yes.
in order to get clear victory.
And get some upgrades to
Okay,
this fortress.
hopefully you're taking notes.
Yeah.
Mitko is taking notes for you there.
Yeah.
And well, I think this pretty much sums it up. Hopefully tomorrow we are going to have way better numbers when talking about wins and defeats and losses
Yeah.
for
De-
our Imperial defenders.
Definitely a very interesting attack it will be.
Yeah, and of course this is pretty much still kind of just the beginning.
Yeah.
We are still dealing with light units.
Yeah.
So
And we are expecting the heavy ones with great anxiety.
yeah, so this is all for today. Don't forget to subscribe because we are live every day, and if you would like to make sure to not miss such useful tips and tricks, just subscribe and you're going to see when we are online.
Yeah. Bye bye everyone. See you tomorrow.